April is a month that is going to shake things up, and it's got everything to do with you and the fire in you, as well as that someone or something that fires you up. So in this magic circle, I'm going to be sharing with you the top energy notes for our month of April 2023. And we will be seeking how you can tune to that magic. So you're playing along with the as above, so below. And then we'll deepen all of those magical notes with the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. So welcome to the Magic Circle. If this is your first time joining, what a delight to connect with you. If you're joining again, welcome back. I'm Deb D. I am an author, spiritual teacher and grief guide, specializing in the transformation of big life loss to big life magic, and indeed all of the magic available to us in every stage and phase of our lives. For we're all going to hit points in the road on our journey which are maybe not working out so well, challenging us, shaking things up, and April is one of those months. So stay tuned, subscribe now so you can stay with me for all of the magic notes and magic circles that I share here. For now, I'm going to share with you just April as an overview. And later, as we get into the month, I'm back for new moon and I'm back for full moon and sharing meditations to really help you tap into that magic available to you. So let's begin. We begin April with this beautiful full moon in Libra. So Libra is all about relationships, balance, justice, and communication. And we have this early in the month. It's around the 6th of April, depending on where you are in the world. And this first moon of the month is really bringing forward for us how are we doing in our relationships? Because this full moon is opposite the sun in Aries. So now Aries is all about me, the fire in me. What about me? In that way of like, we really do need to be paying attention to self. What's important for me here in this? And Libra likes to ask the questions about, but what about us? So you can see this lunation that begins the month of asking about you inside the relationships of your life. Now this may be with a significant other. This may be with someone who you want to start a relationship with, or it might be about your relationship to a place or your work or a particular colleague. It could be any of these things, but it is going to be bringing to the light now, how are you and the fire in you within your relationships? Do we just begin the month there? I mean, that's easy, isn't it? Relationships are always easy, aren't they, magic makers? But wait, there is so much more. For once we get into the second half of April, we're really shifting gears here, because we're going to now reach our new moon, which is not only a new moon, giving us a chance to start again. It is the second new moon in the sign of Aries. So we had one last month and we're getting one again, just with the way that it's all worked out for us, which means we get this second chance of a new beginning for me. So if last month you were like, I'm going to really go for something, and you hit maybe some roadblocks or it didn't quite happen, you get another chance, magic maker. But wait, there's even more. This moon is also a total solar eclipse. So we're meeting eclipse magic for the first time in 2023. And what does an eclipse do? It shakes some things up. It's going to bring the unexpected forward. It's going to bring what to the light you really need to see. And essentially eclipses are working in our favor, even if they feel really awkward or chaotic at the time, because what they're doing is they're helping us to get on the path of our soul plan. If we've lost the way, they help us get back on. And it's a really potent, energetically charged time, because when an eclipse hits, it opens an eclipse window, which means the veil between worlds in that eclipse window, that eclipse season time, it's thin. So second new moon, eclipsing, the second time you get to ask yourself, what about me? Coming off this full moon, which is all about relationships. And then just when you think that's as much as I can handle, April, we meet our very next retrograde of the year. And I say very next because we had them starting in January. January was that, like a little bit one step forward, two steps back. And then all the planets went direct. And we've had this glorious season of all planets dancing direct for weeks in a row. And that's going to shift gears in April. For just after our new moon solar eclipse, Mercury, that little minx Mercury, is going retrograde. Mercury will be retrograde all the way in to May. And Mercury retrograde means we're re-evaluating, realigning, reviewing our communications and our communications with ourselves and others. So can you see what the sky is setting up here? April is really going to be a month of tuning in for yourself. What's the fire in me wanting to bring forward? What's important for me? I get a second chance at that, and eclipse magic. And what does this mean for me and another? Or me and whatever it is that you want to end that sentence with. There's something about relationships and there's something about you, and it's all getting shaken up with this eclipse magic. And then Mercury says, let me just add a little bit more to that, and we're going to go retrograde now. So as you can see, it's going to feel like at times the earth is moving underneath you in April. Stay steady, stay kind, always to self first, and then because of this Libra full moon here, be kind to the people that you love too, even if they're driving you crazy. For this month you will see the mirror that relationships bring to our lives, and you will be able to see yourself clearly again with this second opportunity with this new moon in Aries. So itchy nose, this always happens to me when I'm doing magic readings. So let's now play with our enchanted map. So I've chosen the enchanted map for this reason. Not only is it one of my favorite decks, and it's also, when I'm doing magic readings, it's one of the decks that is most often chosen by magic makers. So when you have a magic reading with me, you get to choose the decks that you're working with, and I've got many. Not only for those reasons, but because of this idea of the map and hitting eclipse season. Now, I love eclipses, and eclipse season is probably my favorite season, and we're so lucky we get two. Because eclipse is really potent magic with that thin veil, and it is helping us with our soul path, our own enchanted map, your map that is unique to you and your soul. And this one is coming up in alignment with all of this fire about me and air Libra energy about us and relationships and balance and justice and harmony, and then back to the fire in me, and then Mercury saying, can we just talk about that again? So what's shaken on that magical map? So while I'm shuffling, I also just want to give you this magical note. I think Mercury retrograde gets a bad rap. I think that Mercury is actually magically aligned for us, and I have explained all of that in a Mercury retrograde special, which I will link here for you to be able to check it out. So if you freak out when Mercury retrograde happens and you blame everything on Mercury, I'm going to ask you to reframe that and have a look at my Mercury retrograde insights video, because I'm telling you what, when you know why Mercury is going retrograde and the magic that is working for you in a Mercury retrograde, there's so much more fun. So we have this Mercury retrograde with some eclipse magic. So yeah, it's going to be charged with some energy. Are you ready? So let's ask now the enchanted map. Let's go to that fire within. Enchanted map, let us know about this fire within, meeting this changeable energy of the eclipse, the second new moon, meeting the energy of the other with this full moon, and then Mercury asking us to just review, redo, and rehab that conversation. So the fire in us, asking the enchanted map, what do we need to know about the fire within us as we move into April 2023? Take a breath with me, Magic Makers. Let's get our first enchanted map. Golden Palace. Oh, hello. Look at that. The Golden Palace. Look, and look, we've got that new moon there. Can you see that new moon? So this, I believe, is pointing towards that second new moon lunation. Your Golden Palace is yours, what your soul has designed in terms of, like, what is a palace to you? Where is the dream place to arrive at? We all have it. You can dream it and you can work towards it. So an Aries new moon is always giving us a chance to really just go out with our warrior fire energy and just go for it. Unapologetically, what do you want? Actually go for that. And we're getting the second chance to do that this year with a second Aries new moon. So if you have let me begin again, because I didn't quite say begun. If you have begun to doubt your dream, or maybe it didn't quite work out the way that you thought it was. Like this happened to me. I had the dream for Aries new moon, and then by the time I got to the full moon, I realized, oh, there's a pivot here. I need to kind of adjust my sails with my magic, with my manifestations, with I'm working on where my Golden Palace is. Where is your destiny? Like, where is it that you want to arrive at? We've been given a second chance to breathe some belief into that. Use the fire to direct you in that way, because what happens in an eclipse season, if you are not moving in the right way, like if you're kind of going, oh, I'm just going to go down this path of magical inquiry, but the universe and all your angels and guides and every entity supporting you is saying, don't go that way, then an eclipse season is really going to shift the way that you're going. So we're getting a chance now with that Golden Palace to evaluate, are we on the path to get there? You get a second chance with this fire, Aries, new moon, and total solar eclipse. Eclipses really, if you work with them, they can absolutely change your destiny. No, let me say that again. They don't change your destiny. They propel you on the path towards your destiny, that Golden Palace. Because your destiny is your destiny. And we've got destiny and we've got free will. And it's our free will that's going to mess it up. Because we think rather than feel. So feel into that fire and believe in your Golden Palace, whatever that is for you. And now, because we have all of this energy around relationships and communication with Libra and Mercury on the move also, I just want to ask, what do we need to know that's in our highest good about relationships for ourselves? So this is not a question about tell me about the other. This is about you. This is what relationships do, is they give us a chance to look in the mirror of you. Like if the person who is most annoying you right now is kind of really present, then you want to ask them, what is it that I need to see here? What in here is for me to learn? Because it's always there. Relationships are one of our greatest teachers, particularly around heart magic. So we're going to ask now, what do we need to know about relationships in April? Because they are going to be noted for the month of April. Relationships, relationships, relationships. In the month of April, here it is. Protecting your treasure. Protecting your treasure. That's so interesting. Protecting your treasure. And so in this, what I want you to know is, what is your treasure? within all relationships, to yourself and with others. We all have treasure that we're bringing forward, right? So protect that in terms of like, know who you are. Know what your authentic truth is. Like Aries brings this forward, absolutely. In Aries is like, here I am. Here's me, warrior me, fire me. Let's go. And so we're being invited to protect this treasure. So when we're coming into these relationship dynamics, ensure that you are actually connected to the heart of you, what you bring to these relationships. What is the treasure that you bring? You want to protect that, like not hold it back, but protect that as you move into these dynamics. And you might also want to be careful about what you are sharing with others. If it doesn't feel safe to share, maybe wait a little bit longer. See how the relationship develops. Where is the treasure in you? Like, is your treasure in your golden palace? Maybe. Golden palace and treasure. I mean, we're getting a bit of a theme here for April. Do you not believe, magic makers? Okay, one last card. The overall tone of energy that is going to be in our highest good to tune into for the month of April. The overall tone of energy that is going to be in our highest good to tune into the month of... That was really hot. Let's get that. Solitude. Look at this, but look at this. Solitude, it's not what you think. This is what either a Mercury retrograde or an eclipse is going to do, because it's not solitude, because we got it in the reverse position. So magic makers, even if you feel like you can do it on your own, you're not advised to. If you have been spending too much time in your head, or too much time literally on your own, too much time feeling scared to move out into a relationship, it really is time to think about, how can I share? How can I reach out? So you want to be careful with that protecting treasure. You don't want to be protecting your treasure so much that there's no opening for anybody to be able to get in. So relationships may feel risky or challenging this month, but it's not the month to go, right, I'm out. I'm just going to do this on my own. No, it's the time to lean in towards bringing your treasure and leading yourself towards that golden palace. For this is for people also who maybe you haven't risked your heart in a while. It might be time to think about extending your fire outward to connect with another. If you are in relationship, now's not the time to decide anything on your own. Bring it to the relationship. Now, eclipses can be about endings and beginnings. So, you know, maybe a relationship is beginning, maybe a relationship is ending, but figure that out in connection with another, not on your own. It's a time to bring your fire forward and connect to others. Well, April is absolutely an energetic shake it up month. So coming up in the Magic Circle this month, I will be having, as I always do, magic makers, new and full moon energy reports, as well as the meditations. And also, because it's my favorite season of the year, you can check a link below which is going to take you to the options of how you can get your one-to-one card reading with me. For eclipse season, I always have eclipse season bonuses, so you're going to want to click the link to discover what they are, because you want them. And if you want to look into your energetic mirror through the oracle and through working with me for your own magic reading, then I invite you to join me in that magic circle where it's just you, me, the cards, and all the magic. No matter what you choose to be connected to heart, to remembering the treasure within you, to moving towards your golden palace. And you don't have to do it alone, magic maker. You can reach out and connect. Wishing you a magically aligned month ahead. I will see you again soon in the magic circle, but before I leave, I just feel the need to remind you, because you may have forgotten. And that is you, my friend. It is you that is the magic. Big love.